two sets of rules. Does he genuinely think I'm a crazy, drunken, bad mother? Well, yes, probably, because there are two sets of rules in the narcissistic worldview. One for them and one for the rest of the population, especially their inner circle. Their set of rules includes them being absolved of any wrongdoing, no matter what vow, law, rule, promise, or basic human decency they violate. Minor, major, it's all the same. They're never to blame, no matter what. The other set involves their intimate others, including their partners and children, being the root cause of every challenge in life and responsible for their bad behavior to begin with. See what you made me do? Narcissists use others in their inner circles as scapegoats, and they like as many people as possible to get behind them and blame the scapegoat too. For this, they use overt or covert smear campaigns, often dishonestly, always dishonorably. As to the precise accusations they're prepared to make on a sworn affidavit, police statement, on social media, in the lunchroom, or to the rest of the family, in order to convict you, attract sympathy, or be awarded all your money and children, well, that too is about their warped perception based on chronic unaccountability. They will accuse their intimate other of being crazy, oversensitive, or mentally unstable because they simply don't experience the depth of emotion that neurotypical people do when faced with betrayal, deception, and gaslighting. They have low empathy and flat emotional experiencing, affect. So if people around them do experience normal human emotions, the narcissist reckons they're crazy. The deep emotional experiencing of a highly sensitive and empathic person is completely incomprehensible to them, just as their model of mind is incomprehensible to their scapegoats. If they like to indulge in drink or drugs and invite you along for the ride, then they're able to convince themselves that the only reason they indulge in drink or drugs is because you drove them to it. Blameless, see? They develop a drug, drink, sex, spending, or gambling habit. It's all your fault. You made them do it. If they're lousy parents, which of course they are, they'll punch back if anyone calls them out on their poor parenting. If someone disagrees with them, expresses a differing opinion to them, disobeys them, or answers back to them, they'll accuse that someone of being abusive. And with a handy receptacle for blame standing loyally beside them, continually forgiving them, trusting them, and hoping to fix them with love, there is a very convenient scapegoat standing right there. Those are the top 3 greatest narcissist hits of the decade: abusive, drunk, and some kind of crazy. The first 3 things a narcissist will swear to when they enter a mediation or courtroom, and also the top 3 for a smear campaign of malicious gossip. The smear campaign is such an easy, manipulative, deceptive way to take the spotlight off the two of you and shine it firmly on you alone. And the really difficult thing in all this? Their perpetual gaslighting has likely got you believing the narcissist version of your mutual story, at least the part about you being to blame for everything. Without intervention, you might continue to blame yourself for the next 20 years. As time passes, and you find the old photo of the two of you at the place he says you never went to, your own reality will return to you in the form of buried memories. The true story comes back to you in nightmares and intrusive thoughts as your poor, befuddled brain tries to navigate the fantasy the narcissist wove around you. Thankfully, there's a way to intercept this 20-year hero's journey, and it's through developing your metacognition, what spiritualists call your observer self, your witness self, or possibly even your higher self. This can be done by learning and using short mindfulness practices, training in kindness and self-compassion so as to overwrite the negative files, neural pathways, developed over years of living with the unhealthy influence of a narcissistic other in your life, to mix a few metaphors. Counter to what we might think about that concept before we try it, these tiny meditations actually reduce our own self-obsessive, traumatic tendencies. They give us space to breathe and let ourselves off the blame hook. Treating ourselves kindly doesn't make us into arrogant narcissists ourselves. Scientific studies have shown that mindfulness-based therapies reduce shame, elevate self-esteem, transform anger, and help with the thing that so many Westerners struggle with, learning to love and care for ourselves as we do for others. With these therapies, we can become our own best friend.